What's up, y'all? Mr. Richard here. I'm so beastly. Welcome back. It has been quite some time, and honestly, I don't know why. I love doing this. I love being positive. I love spreading positivity. Um, and frankly, I just like talking. I've completely forgot. I thought I deleted this. I don't even know, but I did revamp my YouTube channel. I'm not gonna post these podcast episodes on there anymore. It's become more of a motivational site. Just simple videos, nothing crazy. Um, but I don't it it is what it is, right? Okay. If you're new to this podcast listening, I don't plan anything. I just get on here, hit record, and start yapping. If you have listened to episodes before, then you know my game. You know my game. But we're just here to have fun. We're here to have fun. That's really what life is all about. Um, but I will touch on the motivational episodes I put on YouTube so far on I'm So Beastly page. Uh, I did one a couple days ago, Monday, uh, more about physical, right? I mean, I guess it's kind of a mix of physical, so like body, and then today's episode, not episode, I guess. Today's video is more about mind, and Friday's video is going to be more about soul. So mind, body, and soul, mind, body, and spirit. That's kind of all we're trying to do, make those elevate as much as possible. And I mean, that's basically it. Like, you want your mind to be sharp. You need to study. You need to chase knowledge. You need to find the truth. Find truth. Find truth. Find truth. Okay? I can't harp on that enough. One of the most, and obviously I'm speaking fast. I'm stoked right now, TBH. Um, but yeah, one of the most detrimental things we can do to ourselves and to those around us is not searching for truth, is just blindly listening to what people tell us. I mean, don't just disregard what people tell you. That's not at all what I'm saying. What I am getting at, though, is make sure you question everything. Respectfully, of course, always with respect. Question everything. Okay? Because we don't know something 100% until we experience it ourselves. This is a theme that I will harp on forever. Perception is reality, right? How you perceive something, that is your reality. There's 8 billion plus people on this earth. There's 8 billion plus realities being lived right now. So, you may think one way and I may think another, and depending on the topic, both of us are correct and both of us are wrong from the other person's perspective. So, we really need to be mindful of that. We need to be mindful of that when conversing with other people, and when doing things ourselves, we need to be mindful of that. But perception is reality. And so that's the key. So when perception is reality, you ask questions because someone may tell you something, they may perceive it to be true, and you may think like, that doesn't sound right. So when you look it up, maybe it is, maybe it's not, but at least then you'll know for yourself and you'll experience it yourself. Okay, and that's the key focus right here. Always experience things for yourself. And like I said, don't question things disrespectfully. Definitely question them respectfully. Right? Always with the purpose of gaining more knowledge, the purpose of finding truth. Okay? That's the key, right? Always look for truth. Always search for knowledge. We can never have enough knowledge. We can never know too much, right? I'm a teacher, and I've had to do a ton of different classes lately. Just re-upped my teaching certification, so woo woo, gang gang, what's up? Big ups there. But my point being, one of the things I found and I had to do in this course, and it basically said the more stuff that you know, then the more you're able to know. meaning the more you learn, the more you can learn. Because if you know more, then everything else starts to become less complicated, right? So you're not learning everything all at once. You're learning piece by piece by piece. It's all building blocks, right? Whether it's one topic or another, if you dive into a topic, you can't go from, kindergarten to all of a sudden understanding string theory in the snap of a finger. You just can't. So you have to do piece by piece. So as you learn different elements, well, excuse me, my allergies have been rocking lately, right? But as you learn each different element, they build on each other. Okay, so, you know, you learn the kindergarten level knowledge of, let's say, I don't know, astrophysics. So you're like, okay, there's stars up there. Boom. Then you move on to first grade, and you're like, okay, there's constellations. Then you move on to second grade. Oh, there's planets. Then third and fourth and fifth. And all of a sudden, over time, you've amassed enough knowledge, enough elements, enough steps to be able to understand string theory. Will it take time? Absolutely. Absolutely. But it's worth that time to gain more knowledge. And this is just the one example. I don't know why I use string theory. Honestly, I don't know anything about string theory. I have never looked it up. For some reason, it just popped into my head. Maybe I should look up string theory. Maybe that's the universe telling me, "Hey, big dog, look up string theory. Check it out." Boom, check it out. Okay, maybe I'll check out string theory. Maybe I will. Dang. Maybe I will. But maybe I will. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. I probably won't. I have a lot of stuff on my plate right now. Currently, I'm finishing up Words of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson. It's over 1,000 pages. Big read. I'm 400 plus in. But it's good. It's a very good book. Good series so far. I'm stoked to finish it, but I'm stoked to continue to read it and then finish it so I will understand what happened. Not ready to get over it. You know what I mean? I hope. I think. Hmm. I'm also reading the Urantia book, which is basically about Earth, a different perspective, a different point of view on creation, how we're supposed to be living in a sense. Um, Talks about the life of Jesus, goes into it's like a 700-page jump into the life of Jesus, Yeshua, as he is more rightly known. I'm also reading The Republic by Plato. That's an interesting book. Okay. And then I'm also reading a Rosicrucian book, basically on a law of attraction, meditation, kind of how to get what you want out of life by using the mind. Fascinating, fascinating stuff. I'm um, all of those books, let's just say all of those books are, read them piece by piece. None of them are read them like a novel except for Words of Radiance. The other three are piece by piece, read them as you want, take notes. Those are note-taking books for sharks. Definitely take notes on those bad boys. Otherwise, those are study books. Those are increase your knowledge books. Those are definitely nonfictions. You got to incorporate nonfictions. You can't just read fiction. Although fun, fiction tells us a lot of things that we can't understand through nonfiction means, right? There's a lot of messages in the fiction realm that we can perceive better than we could from a nonfiction. And so we do need both. We need to have both. You can't read just nonfiction. You can't read just fiction. You need a nice mix. It's the yin and the yang. But I don't even know what I was getting there. But yeah, that's the thing. Always look for knowledge. I don't even know if that had relevance to what I was saying. I got so off track, not real sure why. But yeah, I mean that's the kicker. Um, but oh yes, boom, boom, boom. All right, so. One thing I did want to say is that I have just recently published a book. Fiction. It's a fiction book. It has sprinkles of real life knowledge in there, some concepts, some spiritual concepts. I would say definitely some are on the surface, some are definitely deeper than the surface. There's meaning in it. It's not really any genre, except it's kind of all genres. Um, I created this genre called sandbox literature. And so this book definitely falls in there, and it's going to be the flagship for that genre. So the name of the book is Winston Feathersby. I'll let you know how it goes. All right, I'm gonna post a link in the description to buy it on Amazon. There should be a preview of the first few pages. It is a stream of consciousness, conversational tone book. Um, it is one draft. The draft is perfect, so there's no worries about that, of course. Uh, but it is definitely not, it's like nothing you've ever read before. So, highly suggested. Obviously, I'm biased, but I think you will greatly enjoy it. Anyway, the link is in the description of this video. Um, of this podcast. I'm recording it on Zoom, and so I'm just gonna take I'm gonna take the audio and rah, pop it on as a podcast. I'm gonna scrap the video because there's no need for it since I'm not putting up vids anymore. I'm just gonna put up the audio of the party. I'm so beastly. I'm so beastly. I'm so beastly. I am so beastly. We are beastly. You are beastly. Everyone is beastly. That's the mindset to have. All right, confidence is key. I am beastly. I am so beastly. You are so beastly. We are so beastly. Confidence, positive mindset, things start to propel and take off when you change your mindset into that direction. That is it for this episode. I'm Mr. Richard. I'm so beastly. I'm out.